Sometimes timing is everything, so having a late start can have a big impact on your day, and today's adventure just proved that, and made this one a long and arduous one. Here I am back in the remote lands of Scotland, and more specifically East Ayrshire, off the beaten track to discover new places and test new gear. I was out to discover a little gem of a place named the Devil's Back Door. So join me as I take you camping on the wild side.
Welcome everyone, hope you're all well. So, okay, just to give you geographically where we are. So I'm in a little village called Muirkirk, which is in Ayrshire, which is just not far along the road from a village called Cumnock. And today I'm going to be climbing a hill called the Cairn Table. Never done this before, so it's all new. I'll spin you around and I'll let you see it in a minute. So I'm going to climb that, and then I'm going to go up and over the back, and I'm going to camp at a beautiful little spot that I found, or I googled I should say. Other search engines are available, but yeah, as we do, we have a look on the maps where we think we can try and have a good camp. So I found this one, and yes, excited for this one. So see you in a bit. A bit of a blustery afternoon we've got here, but I'm trying out a little new mic that I've got. I'm going to see what it's like. So apologies if the sound's not really great at the moment. But yeah. So yeah, pretty excited for this. This will be my first tent camp for 2024. I'm a wee bit behind everyone here. I've done a couple of bothy camps, so still been out. But yeah, I'm pretty excited for this one. I'm going to climb this Cairn Table hill. Technically not that difficult. There is a path that goes up and over to a huge forestry over the back, and I'll be cutting off and I'll be going to camp in a little bit as well, which will all be revealed later on. So the countryside just makes you feel like you're in the middle of nowhere, and it's a dry, breezy, some clouds in the sky there, but all good, can't complain. It's actually quite a boggy path, this, and it's very, people have just been making their own paths and widening what the normal path is, so it's kind of like all over the place. Anyway, we're getting there. So this camp, I'm just going to be talking about a couple of bits of kit, and definitely not sponsored by anybody or given the stuff. Everything I have purchased myself. So this jacket is from Mountain Equipment, and just testing it out to see how good it is. This is the wee down jacket, which is great. Got a waterproof jacket in the rucksack as well, in case of wet weather. Also have Mountain Equipment trousers. Not a great picture. Yeah, so they're sort of bit better quality than I had before, which were Craghoppers one. They were still good, but they were just very thin. Summer use. I haven't binned them. The stuff still got them. So yeah, we're just going to be testing these out, see how good they are, and maybe put a wee link in the description if you're looking for something. Maybe you can judge for yourself. Also got, what else have I got? I've got a wee water platypus thing to use. A couple of water bottles that I've got. Just upgrading a little bit of kit. So here's as good as any time to test everything out. And put it to use. Oh, this is just bog and sludge there. But yeah, we've still got a fair hike to go up the top to that hill, and we'll see how it goes. What a cracking bit. Sun is just perfect. Maybe just timed it again pretty well. I was supposed to come out this morning, but I got tied up with some work to do. So here we are in the afternoon. But onwards we go. That's me at the top of Cairn Table here. What a blustery top. What a view. Absolutely cracking, what a view. Oh, you can see for miles up here. This is great. Very windy. I'm just trying to get into a shelter bit. Just going to have a couple of boiled eggs and some get a drink of water as well as a break, and then what I've got to do is cut away back down sort of south, and then take on another, cross over a river and take another path up there, but we'll get to that later. But yeah, I'm just going to get a bite to eat, and in this sort of sheltered bit out the wind. See you in a bit. So coming down from the cairn up there, just bumped into this little spring that's been piped in, and there's a little tin cup as well on a chain. We're not that bad, the Scots are not that bad at stealing everything, but it's anchored into a little point there in the rock. So yeah, why not? Let's have a drink. That's nice fresh. If I don't report back to you, you can something bad's happened. But yeah, it was quite bright and cold up there. With that wind, it was quite ferocious, to be honest. I've come down the back onto another path which I'm going to take away into the distance and head up to a track there. So that's where I'm heading. Sun's coming out again, which is great. So that's me. Had my break, I've come back down the side of the hill, I've come back down from the top there, away in the distance. I've had to come down and cross over the bridge to take me up another path to the place where I want to go to. Which is a bit annoying actually, because technically it's taking me about a good couple hours out my way. It probably didn't help with me actually coming here this afternoon, so it's definitely knocked me out a bit with timing. So I'm going to play it by ear and see how far I get. And if I can't get to the spot that I was looking for, I'll just find a place and camp up for the night. Annoying, but that's wild camping for you, isn't it? We've all been there. Anyway, so the sun's going down, and yeah, I'm not sure how much daylight I've got left, but we'll keep going. Right, I'm really pushing it here, so what I have to do, I think the place I wanted to camp is just away up the valley there, but I'm just going to stop here. This is as good a place as any. Great little flat bit, and good pool for having a wee dip in the morning, depending on the weather and how brave I feel. So anyway, tonight's camp is just going to be here. Cracking little sunset there that I've actually missed because I'm trying to find this place. So I'm absolutely completely knackered after all that long walking and off the trail, off the beaten track, as we say. So I don't need to show you filming this tent up, but if you're really interested in, it's the Bobcat one that I've got tonight. So I've already got I'll put a link in the top corner here if you want to see the Bobcat ins and outs, getting built, all the bits and pieces about it. You can check that link up there. I'm just going to get this done and dusted, and I'll bring you back when it's all up and done. So see you in a bit. Okay folks, oh my goodness me, I am absolutely goosed. Okay, I am sorted. So tonight we're in the Bobcat 1 tent. Yes, it's a bit tight, but I'm only here for a night and I thought just a small tent would be fine. Everything's up and ready. Food's all in the corner. I've got the water there. It's too dark to show you the ins and outs of some of the kit that I've got. So I think I'm going to wait till tomorrow morning and we'll give it a bit of a look over and see what you think of it. See how it's worked out, if it's going to be alright for me. But yeah. Anyway, I'm going to get food on and I'm going to get a hot cup of tea. It's actually a very still bit of the moorland here. There is nothing round about here. A river just there, moorland round about, heather and sheep, and that is it. Nothing else. The forestry is up the top there, and there's a bit I'm going to show you tomorrow, and hopefully, if the weather still stays good, get the bit of drone footage as well. So we'll see how that goes. I have got enough food for tonight and tomorrow morning breakfast. I've got the thick sleeping bag tonight. I've got a Gore-Tex sheet on the bottom. I've got a different kind of air mat today. Nothing special by any means. It's just a cheap and cheerful thing. And yeah, hopefully that will keep me warm tonight, because I tell you, I really need a good sleep. Maybe jinx myself there. Got enough water for tonight, tomorrow. Warm clothes are in there. I've got the hot water bottle. Pretty well self-sufficient. So I'll go and get the kettle on and let's get a cup of tea. Goodness sake. And a wee perk I did bring was I brought a wee bottle of milk. It's just my go-to thing, and so I can have a proper cup of tea. So I'll get that and food on, and I'll see you in a bit. I have dinner. Nothing fancy. It is just basically tortellini pasta. I have got other bits and pieces that I've got. Back up a cup of soup and plenty of tea bags and some coffee. I've got a bag of nuts. I've got a porridge for tomorrow morning. I've also got some pork and ham, which I'm going to fry in the frying pan here, so get a bit of heat in the morning. So yeah, anyway, starving. I have forgot a couple of things out of all stuff. This is the only source of light I've got. I forgot my head torch, and I forgot something else and I can't remember it. If I do, I'll shout it out. Yeah, I can't remember, but I don't think it was major, but it was just annoying stuff. But anyway, we're here. There is no wind, it's very still, but it is pretty cool. Anyway, I love this little tent. I haven't been out in it since October last year, so yeah, good to get it back out again. I do have a couple of other tents that I need to get out in and test, so they'll be coming in the next, well, I need to try them as soon as. But yeah, oh, this is well needed. So just talking about some kit, I mean, I know that's only the source of light, so hopefully you can see me alright. I did splash out, got a couple of Nalgene bottles, so this is one of them. I've seen people talking about these for quite a long time and they get a good write up. So I just bit the bullet and went and got some. This is a narrow neck one, which I thought would be ideal for drinking out of. It's got a measuring thing down the side there. I'll go into it in more detail in daylight, but this was a source that I actually got, especially for drinking out of, so I do like it. And also splashed out on a wide neck bottle, and the reason I got one of these was because if you're filling it up through a filter, I think is it a platypus thing I've got, you can just hang it from a tree, sit it, and it just dribbles into the bottle and you can go and do your stuff. But I thought it was a wide neck one just for using to pour into pots and cups and things. It was a lot easier than just using that one for a drink. Not that it really matters, to be honest, but I just thought I'd chop and change, but they are. If it works, it works. But anyway, I know when I had a hot water bottle, which I've brought tonight as well, that people were saying, do you pour hot water into this and it put in your sleeping bag, and it would act as a hot water bottle as well. I'm kind of on the fence with that. I don't know where you are. If you do it, no bother, yeah, that's great. I probably wouldn't use it for the simple reason, if I'm away at the top of a mountain and I've got no other source of water, don't really want to be boiling that, and then would it matter if you boiled that, put it in your sleeping bag and let it cool down, and then using it for tomorrow, or do you use fresh water tomorrow? But yeah, it is what it is. I kind of just prefer not to use it for that. I'd rather just use it for drinking water. If you know different or you do different, please put a comment in the box there. It would be worth knowing how you get on with putting hot water in an Algene bottle. So I do still bring the hot water bottle. I know where I am with it. And in the morning, if you've not got a great source of water, instead of using fresh water to go and wash your face, you can just empty that hot water bottle into the pan, heat it up, just wash yourself with it, so there's no loss of drinking water if you're in that situation. I'll just get fired into that, but I just thought I'd update you on what I was eating. A couple of Algene bottles. I'll show you them better in tomorrow morning in the daylight, and I'll show you it working with this platypus thing that I've got. This is a new one, so yeah, see how it goes tomorrow, but I'll get back to you later on. Just having a last wee hot cup of tea. Hot water bottles in the bed, in the sleeping bag here. Changed into my thermal tops and trousers. I've got thick bed socks on. I've got my wee bed slipper things on. And what else? I've got the clothes that I had on. So my trousers, my top that I had on, and my socks that I had on. Socks were pretty damp. Everything was a little bit damp. So what I do is, while I've got the hot water bottle in here and the heat created from my body at night, I put everything in there and kind of takes the worst of the dampness off it. If you do that, or you do anything else that's best, drop a comment, see if we can get any good ideas. But that's what I do. I sort of body heats everything up, especially the socks. Yeah, there's nothing worse than getting into cold kit in the morning when it's been sitting on your rucksack or something, so probably better in the bed. So yeah, I am very, very slightly on a hill, so I think I'm just going to slide that way a little bit. Well, it is what it is now. I'm not moving. It's so dark outside. There is the odd aeroplane kicking about, on taking lucky people away on holiday. But yes, that's probably me. I've had a pretty hectic day and I feel all achy and sore. When I was just sitting there having my cup of tea and my dinner, I was actually seizing up, so it's not great. So I've had a good few mouthfuls of water, get that dehydrated back into my system. I've got the cup of tea here, and yeah, get a good warm night's sleep, as that's what's needed. It's not the roomiest tent, by the way, so if you haven't seen my videos before and you haven't seen you haven't seen this tent getting built or ever been in one, it's very tight, so there's not a great deal of space in here. So if you're like 6 foot or something, this is just way too tight for everybody. Or if you carry a lot of kit, definitely maybe not. But yeah, I do like it. I think there's something about it for some reason. Yeah, I know it's probably got its wee issues up and down the place, but hasn't every tent, but yeah, I actually quite like it, and I actually do like it. Anyway, guys, I'm going to just say, well, I'm just going to put the light out because I'm pretty shattered, and we shall see you in the morning. Night for now. Lovely morning. Sunrise just coming up over there. Masses and miles of moorland. Beautiful little river here. I kind of bottled out of it to go in it this morning. If it was a lovely, bright, sunny morning, I might have had different thoughts, but yeah, it is pretty cool this morning, a bit chilly. But yes, up, dressed, washed, cup of tea, just what we need to warm up. I'm going to get a breakfast on very shortly. There is a little bit of condensation in that tent, by the way, so I'm not going to lie about it. It is a bit annoying when you get that, but it is what it is. But I shall dry the tent out when I get back home. So yeah, it looks like it's going to be not a bad day actually. There is blue sky up there, and yeah, looking forward to this little adventure. So I'll have my breakfast first and I'll bring you back then, okay? yeah, as I was saying this morning, last night as well, I purchased, I sort of pushed the boat out and treated myself for a couple of Nalgene bottles. And I mean, I'm not sponsored by anybody by any means, or everything I've bought, as I said before, everything is mine. I don't have a discount code for anything. Nobody's told me to or asked me to do anything, so this is all off my own head. So yeah, 2 different kind of Nalgene bottles. Got a really good write-up from these, and that's probably why I purchased them as well. I don't know if you look back at my early videos, I've got quite a big 2 litre bottle, and it was becoming a bit more cumbersome to put in the rucksack, so I kind of bit the bullet to get some of these. Good quality, good strength, and great with the measurement on it as well. And as I said, I got 2 different kinds, more or less one for a drinking one instead of spilling all that water, and this one for more like a topping up kettle or a pot or a pan or something like that you were willing to do. Easy to gather water in instead of this one with a narrow neck. So that's basically why I bought them, you know. So there's still early stages with these, so just going to try them out anyway. And really handy with the measurement on it when you're kind of, if you've got a mix that you're bringing away with you, specialist foods or something, you need an exact measurement of water. That's not me, but at the end of the day it's quite handy to have for all round purposes. But yeah, they are good quality and happy with them so far. They fit in the bag, no bother. If I was going away, I mean, I brought the 2 of them out to show you, but technically one would be fine for a night away or a couple of nights if you had water supply and just filled it up. But yeah, chuffed to bits. I'll put a link in the description where they are, where I bought them from, and there are plenty of other ones on the market, by the way. These are probably a wee bit, well, I think they were 20 quid or something, 18.99 or something like that, but there are cheaper ones, so don't be forced to go and buy something. I just bought it because I was wanting something long term and quality. That's all it was. The other thing I was going to talk about was my water filter. I had never used it before, so I've had it for a while and I just never used it. And this comes in a handy pack. It's called the Platypus. And basically what it is 2 water bladders with a pipe. Fill the water bladder up and run the pipe through. It goes through the filter and into another bag as well, or for a storage water bag, so that you can keep or travel with you, or you can do it, filter it directly into a bottle. So it comes with various bits and pieces and pipes and caps and everything. Probably looks quite a lot. I haven't read all the instructions, but I just basically filled this up. So you could hang that from a tree. I've got nothing to hang it, so I'm holding it. The filter attaches to the bottom there and comes out in a pipe. So I was holding it and that was coming out into the, like that. Pretty well. It's a bit peaty water round about here, so it doesn't look good. But yeah, it does look and feels pretty decent. I'm not sure about all the caps and all the bits and pieces in here. There is sort of kind of foolproof, to be honest. There's a little pack that's sealed for your instructions. This is the secondary bladder thing, so your this one would be your storage one. So you could put a cap on that and leave it at the bottom outside your rucksack or something like that, once if your bottles are full. And there is sort of instructions on it, both sides, telling you how to use it. That'll be instruction pamphlet will tell you a bit more in detail. There is various caps and things which I'm not too sure about, so because this is the first time I brought it out. So yeah, there is bits and pieces here that you probably, if it looks a wee bit more technical than it is. But yeah, that's the platypus thing. It's, as I say, it's early stages for me still to use it. I do have a couple other water filters. They are, not going to lie, but they are quite expensive in some ways. Probably some of them are on the market are way out of price range for stupid amounts of money, and there's no need for it. It's kind of something basic. If you're starting out, you can get water filter tablets, which you fill up and put a tablet into the water, and it kills so much bacteria and kind of thing. If that's what you want to start with, it's always worth getting it, just to be safe than sorry. You don't want to be away out in the hills and come down with something because you've drank dirty water or got a bug somewhere or something like that. So yeah, these are just things that I'm going to be using long term anyway, so it's probably, although you see the bag for it, it's quite a decent wee storage pouch. Yeah, and when you're near a water supply like this constantly, yeah, it's really handy. And if you're not, you can just fill a couple of bottles, fresh water, and away you go. So there we go, that's the Nalgene bottles, and that's the platypus water filter kit. I'll put a link in the description for it, and you can check it out, see if you're looking for something new. Please have a look. Mountain equipment jacket, I love this. Kept me warm all day yesterday. It is a bit chilly this morning, the sun rising. It's great. There are so many on the market. I was absolutely walking around the shop, I didn't know what to do with it. Looking at all makes, brands, everything. And this one was on a bit of a discount as well, so probably if you were really chilly at night, you could put this on and it would act as a good insulator. It's quite tight to the skin. It's not waterproof, so I wouldn't wear it out in the rain. Drizzle proof maybe, yeah, but definitely not waterproof. I would kind of use a proper jacket, a waterproof jacket for that. So yeah, good insulator. The trousers I've got, these again are mountain equipment. Couple of pockets at the side, front pockets, wee snap belt there, zip trousers to get your shoes off and things. These are actually a little bit insulated, so there's a tiny little bit insulation on them. And the reason I got these was because my crag hoppers had done me for easy 10 years, 5-10 years at the most, I can't remember. And it was time for a change, so yeah, I kind of picked a decent pair, to be honest. Takes the chill off in the morning when you're walking and it's at cold air. Had no bother with them, I'm not cold whatsoever. I'll put a wee link in the description for what I've chose as well. And yeah, these are pretty good. Early stages again, this is the second time I've wore them and I don't have a problem with them whatsoever. So, loving it. It's nice to treat yourself now and again with some bits of kit. And yeah, that's what it's all about, testing bits and pieces, but you don't have to go and spend a fortune to get some nice kit. Check the sales and everything as we do. And excellent. Okay, so I'll fill this platypus thing up and just show you it sort of trickling through, and fill a bottle because I need water. So it's got like a bit of a seal tie at the top there, so you just basically gather water in it. So there we go. The water is quite peaty here, but it's fast flowing, and that's what you want. Water that's good stream, good fast flowing water would be great. So let's get this in the bottle. I'm just going to try and do this from a bit further back so you can get this just with what's happening. So obviously you would hang this from a tree just to get a sort of height balance on it, but once it's coming out, so you just hold it up. And I think it's one of the quickest filters that you can get on the market. We're going through the filter there. I've got another one that would take ages, but it's more compact. So obviously if you're hanging it from a tree, you could walk away for a minute, go and do other stuff. But yeah, so that's kind of, hopefully you got to get a bit of a grip of that there. Folds away into nothing really, and I think our water filters nowadays in this climate, I think, you know, you never know what's going on, and definitely worth having a filter of some sort, whether it's the basic tablets or a wee bit more upmarket or a bit something like that as well. There's so many choices, so if you're thinking about a water filter for some, have a wee look on the market and just see what's actually there. It's probably a bit of a minefield, to be honest. I think that's great, so I'd give it a bit of a thumbs up, and that's my own one. If you really are looking for one, just put some feelers out to other folk and just see what they think about their ones. But yeah, so that's the platypus filter and the 2 Nalgene bottles, and that's my little setup. That's probably be my permanent one now, so all good with me. Right, time to get this tent packed away, I think. Sun's up and it's warming up. Right, okay, that's us all packed up. Leave no trace as we do. This camping spot that I've been at was in the middle of nowhere. It took me ages to get here, by the way, so this is not on the, this is way off the beaten track. I'm just going to take you up the valley here to a little secret place, so come with me. This is the little hidden gem that I was coming up to see. Fortunately you can't camp here because of the ground, it's pretty rubbish, but where I camped last night was probably the best bit you'll get. This waterfall is called Theal's Back Door, obviously Devil's Back Door. Stuck out in the middle of nowhere. Absolutely beautiful. That is going to be a beautiful place to swim in that big pool there. Probably a shock to the system because it's pretty cold in there, so I think I'll give it a miss, but in the better weather it'll be pretty good. What an absolute beautiful waterfall. It's just so hidden. I'll put a link in the description where it is, and if you've got a good pair of hiking boots, you're welcome to come here, because this is a fair hike to get here. You can come through the forestry, but I did see somebody say that they blocked it all off for private parking, private roads and everything through the forestry there, so you can't get that way. So the best place is where I parked yesterday. Well, to get out of here, I can either go back down the road, back down the water side there, back to where I camped and then away up into the hill, or I can go up this bit of a steep bit up to the top and then I join a track back along the main path that I came in. So I think that's looking the shorter and easier route. Once I get out of this little steep bit, I'll be fine on the top there. Well, let's get going. Well, that's me back down onto the track where I came up from. I'm just going to be heading down to the bridge and then onto the car. And I'll lay, to give you some help, I'll just unpack my rucksack and I'll lay it all out and I'll go through some of the kit that I brought. So hopefully that sheds some light on my little wild camping trip. But see you down there. As I was heading back down the track, I seen this cairn, and being pretty intrigued, I stopped, and as it happens, it's placed on the site where the famous man John Loudon Macadam, the man who invented tar macadam for roads. This whole area was where the kilns were that made the road surface materials between 1786 and 1827. Took me by surprise, but very interesting to find. Okay, Right, as promised, as I was coming down the road there, I thought I'd give you a little bit of bonus feature, and basically it's just telling you what I took away for my night's camping. So starting off with the Berghouse rucksack, Trailhead 65. We also have the Bobcat 1 from OEX 10, DJI Mini 3 Pro drone. We also have DD walking sticks. We've got a air mat. We've got the 2 Nalgene bottles. We've got a buff neck scarf, spare top, waterproof trousers, waterproof jacket, spare jumper, the platypus water filter, just a basic pillow to blow up, a couple of pairs of gloves, Mountain Warehouse extreme down tent, extreme sleeping bag I should say, a little foam sit mat. Night clothing is basically thermal trousers, thermal top, thick socks, and these little shoes. They're absolutely brilliant. They're nothing fancy, just cheap and cheerful, but they definitely worth their money. All that inside the dry bag. We have hot water bottle, absolute saviour. Paracord if I need it. Coming down we've got pan, cup, that's the excess food that I have left, that's the rubbish, so the food that I've had I've brought it back with me. Coming here, I was a bit avaricious thinking about swimming in that water, so I brought water shoes and a pair of shorts. That's me wishful thinking. My glasses, battery bank, my phone, a couple of charger things, my little mic, not cheap and cheerful mic actually, so hopefully that's worked. A travel towel, coming down onto like forks and knives, a bit of spray oil. I know that's probably quite big, I could probably condense that down even further. A little bit of washing up liquid. My stove, which is Vango, the great little stove that. Pots and pans, little gas, still plenty in there, probably do another night actually, but yeah, that fits inside the pan set. Shovel, that's me trowel, first aid, wipes, that's my spare socks, it's the used set, and probably, if you don't do it, I always carry this as a bag in the bag that goes, most of it goes inside here, so if it's drizzly, there's another barrier for it to protect it. So there we go. Probably went way too much kit, probably could have cut down a lot more as well. But on another hand, I did do a bit of a circuit that was way far too big for what I should have done. But that's the way it goes. Oh, one last thing. A knife from Opral, which is always a must. I haven't gathered anything. And the kit I've got on, to be honest, so yeah, it was all good. I just about used most of it, apart for the shorts and boat shoes. Didn't use the walking poles either, so they, yet again, they could have went. But yes, sometimes we never know what we're going to need, and it's always just trial and error again, isn't it, wherever we go. But anyway, that's my kit. Any questions, drop them in the comments box. Now I've got to pack all this away. Okay folks, that's me just coming down to the car park now. So just like to say thanks very much for watching the video, and hopefully you got something from it. And yeah, if you want to drop a comment about anything, please do. Love to hear from you. And until next time, catch you on another adventure. Cheers for now.